He spat on the ground, looked at me with disgust, and said I was worth nothing. In that moment, everything inside me screamed to react. My blood boiled, my hands shook, my throat tightened. And you know what I did? Nothing. Not because I was weak, but because for the first time in my life, I understood what freedom really means. For a long time, I was the kind of person who exploded. Anything could set me off. A sideways glance, a poorly chosen word, a criticism, and boom. It was like a switch flipped inside me, and the worst part? I always regretted it afterward. Because when you let anger take over, you're always the one who pays the price. But one day, after a brutal fight with my brother, I heard a sentence that changed everything. It's not things that disturb us, but our judgment about them. Epictetus. It was just a sentence, but it felt like it was written for me. There, alone in my room, my face still hot from the argument, I started to question myself. Is the problem really the other person, or is it what I let them do inside me? From that moment on, I dove into something that completely changed how I see life: Stoic philosophy. And the more I studied, the more I realized that the Stoics weren't cold. They were free. Epictetus was a slave. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor. Two extremes. But they had one thing in common. No one could shake them. While the world outside collapsed, they stood firm. Because they knew something most of us ignore. True strength isn't about reacting. It's about remaining. One time, coming home from work, a driver cut me off in traffic, almost crashed into me, yelled, cursed, even spat out the window, and everything inside me wanted to strike back. But in that moment, a phrase I'd read a few days before popped into my mind. Anger is a poison you drink, hoping the other person dies. So I took a breath. Not to swallow the anger, but to observe. That man wasn't fighting with me. He was at war with himself. And me? Was I going to join his war? Or keep driving in peace? That's when I realized self-control is not suppression. It's recognizing what you feel, and still choosing what makes you greater. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his journal, "When someone angers you, remember, it's you who allowed it to happen." It hurts to hear that, doesn't it? We'd rather think the problem is out there. That the world is full of toxic people, unfair criticism, petty attitudes. But what if the real power was in not letting it contaminate you? Think of someone who always gets under your skin, someone who knows exactly where to push. Now imagine, they're still the same, but inside you're at peace. That's not coldness, that's mastery. It's knowing that you own your mind, not them. A lot of people ask me, okay, but how do I actually do that? And I always answer with 3 Stoic principles that set me free. First, distinguish what you can control from what you can't. You can't control what people think, say, or do, but you can control what you do with it. You're the filter, not the trash. Second, use the pause as a weapon. Between what happens and what you do, there's a space, and in that space is your freedom. If someone attacks you, breathe. Don't react. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? Third, become impermeable, not insensitive. Feeling isn't weakness. Weakness is drowning in what someone else dumps on you. The biggest shift for me happened in a simple moment. My mother, she was always critical, harsh, said I was never good enough. For years it tore me apart, until the day she, once again, dropped one of her cutting remarks. And I just looked at her, with compassion, because I saw it clearly. It was never about me. It was about her pain, her frustrations, and me. I no longer had to carry what wasn't mine. For the first time, I didn't feel offended. I felt free. Anger is a prison with the door wide open. Irritation is the sound of chains you agreed to wear. But when you understand that no one has the power to steal your peace without your permission, you become invincible, and the world can scream. It can try to provoke. It can spit, hit, insult, but you remain. Because real strength isn't about winning an argument. It's about not needing one. Do you believe this really happened? Have you ever lived something like this? If this video touched you, comment below, "I choose peace." Share this with someone who keeps losing their temper, someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel, but only if you have the courage to truly change.